One of the fundamental drivers of API is to meet customer demand cost effectively and competitively. There are many ways to measure customer satisfaction and the effectiveness of the order entry and promising process, but the starting point for us has always been that we have to ship what the customer wants, when they want it, within the bounds of reasonable negotiation. Sounds like a fundamental concept, but you would not believe how many companies do not have any measure of delivery performance. Let's have a look at some of the parameters that need to be considered. Often, in fast-moving consumer goods environments, the standard measure is case fill. The problem with case fill is that it could encourage and even mask problems. This was most apparent in a dairy company we worked for. The environment was so fast-paced that if a customer ordered a pallet of 2-litre milk and the company had run out of 2-litre, they'd substitute double the units of 1-litre products. What this does is ensure they hit their case fill measure, but the customer is not getting what they wanted. It also confuses the demand control area in that it gives demand as being the 1 litre rather than the 2, further masking real demand. As mentioned earlier, the minimum standard we'd recommend is line item fill rate, or LIFR. It is also known as SIFOT, or shipped in full on time. Let's look a little more closely at the line item fill rate to first promise. First promise is the date we have agreed or negotiated with the customer, in this case to ship the product. This differs from the first request date, which means we will meet the customer's request date without negotiation. As you can imagine, first request is a much harder measure to achieve than first promise, but in many industries such as retail, first request is all important because if inventory isn't available, the customer is likely to go elsewhere. In the table on the screen, the first column shows 3 orders, each with 3 line items. The next column is the requested volumes for each line item on each order. The next column shows the actual volume shipped. The next column, the agreed ship date, that is the promise date, and then the actual ship date. So for the first order, the line item ship fill rate is 100%. In order 2, for product D, E and F, the line item fill rate is 0, because while each line item's volume was correct, the ship date was missed by 1 day, shipped by 1 day. In the last order, for products G, H and I, the line item fill rate is 66% because 2 out of the 3 line items were correct in volume and shipment date, but product I was short on volume. Therefore, the overall line item fill rate is 56%, or 5 out of 9 line items correct. While line item fill rate is more challenging than case fill rate, when a customer places an order, they expect to get the complete order filled on time. It is therefore recommended that we also capture and publish an order fill rate. In this case, the complete order must be correct. Each line item is shipped on time in the right volume. The OFR, or order fill rate in this case, results in a 33% score, with only the first order being completely correct on shipment. There are further hybrids and refinements of the customer service measure, and it can evolve over time as performance improves. These are such as capturing delivered in full on time, capturing to first request, capturing in specifications for immediate use, capturing perfect order, which can be defined in many ways, but ticks at least first request, order fill, delivered in full on time, complete and accurate receipting and invoicing, specifications met. You are probably thinking that this is utopia and unachievable. Keep in mind though, if you achieve 95% shipped in full on time in specifications to the first negotiated promise, you will still be way ahead of the majority of other companies out there.